Hello, dear listeners. Welcome to a new episode of our podcast about the best books in the world. Today, we have a very interesting book to talk about. It is a book that many people loved for its mystery and dark ideas. It is the novel 1984 by the great English writer Eric Arthur Blair, who we know as George Orwell. And, as always, we have our special guest to talk about it.
Hello, thank you for having me. Yes, this book is one of the most important novels of the 20th century. It is powerful, dark, and full of warnings about the future. George Orwell, the author, was not just a writer. He was also a journalist and a thinker. He wrote about politics, freedom, and truth.
That's right. Orwell's real name was Eric Arthur Blair. He chose the name George Orwell as his pen name. The book, 1984, was published in 1949. But even today, it feels very modern. It talks about a world where the government controls everything. What people do, what they say, even what they think.
The story takes place in a future world after a great war. The world is divided into three big superstates. One of them is Oceania, and the capital is London. But this is not the London we know. It is a gray, sad, and dangerous place. People have no freedom. They live under the eye of the party.
The party controls the country with 4 ministries. But their names are strange because they say the opposite of the truth. The Ministry of Truth changes history and news. The Ministry of Love is full of fear and punishment. The Ministry of Peace controls war. And the Ministry of Plenty makes sure people have less food, not more. This is what Orwell calls doublethink, believing 2 opposite ideas at the same time.
Our main character is Winston Smith. He works in the Ministry of Truth. His job is to change the past. For example, if the party says we are at war with East Asia, Winston changes old newspapers to match this story, even if last year the enemy was Eurasia. The party is never wrong because they rewrite history every day.
Winston starts to feel something is wrong. He knows the party lies. He remembers things from the past that are different from the party's version. Inside, he hates Big Brother. But he must hide his feelings because the thought police are everywhere. If they catch you thinking against the party, they kill you. This is called thought crime.
Winston does something very dangerous. He buys a small diary and starts to write his thoughts in secret. This is his first act of rebellion. He writes things like, "Down with Big Brother." He knows if someone finds the diary, he will die, but he cannot stop. He wants the truth.
One day, Winston meets Julia. She works in the fiction department. At first, Winston thinks Julia is a spy. But then she gives him a note with 3 simple words, "I love you." This changes everything. They meet in secret. They fall in love. In their world, love is a crime because the party wants to control even your feelings.
They find a small room above a shop where they can be alone. For a short time, Winston and Julia feel free. They talk, they laugh, they share real human moments. Winston dreams about a future without the party. But Julia just wants to enjoy life, not change the world. But their happiness does not last.
There is a man named O'Brien. Winston believes O'Brien is against the party. He trusts him. O'Brien gives Winston a forbidden book by Goldstein, the enemy of the party. The book explains how the party controls people with fear, war, and lies. Winston feels hope. He thinks he is part of a secret resistance.
But this is a trap. The shop owner and O'Brien are not friends. They work for the thought police. One day, soldiers break into the room and arrest Winston and Julia. The safe place was never safe. There was a hidden screen watching them all the time.
Winston is taken to the Ministry of Love. There he meets O'Brien again, but O'Brien is not a rebel. He is a loyal member of the inner party. He tells Winston that the party wants power forever. They do not care about happiness or truth. They only want control.
The party uses pain and fear to break Winston. They beat him. They starve him. They make him say things that are not true, like 2 + 2 = 5. But Winston still loves Julia in his heart, so they take him to room 101. This is the worst place in the world because it contains your biggest fear.
Winston is terrified of rats. In room 101, they put a cage of hungry rats near his face. Winston screams. He does not want to die. He shouts, "Do it to Julia, not me." In that moment, he betrays Julia. His spirit is broken.
After this, Winston is free, but he is not the same. He meets Julia again, but the love is gone. They both betrayed each other. They both lost their souls. Winston now loves Big Brother. The party wins. The book ends with Winston thinking that Big Brother is good. This is the most terrible victory.
1984 is not just a story. It is a warning. Orwell tells us, if we lose freedom, if we stop asking questions, then we will live in a world of lies. This book teaches us why truth and free thought are important.
Thank you for listening to our podcast. We hope you enjoyed learning about this great book. Join us next time for another classic of world literature. Goodbye.
The end. That's all for today. We hope you found this video helpful. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new to our channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button. See you next time.